Are you seeing me? Okay, hi guys. Okay, say hi. Let me know if you can hear me. Just kind of, taking it slow and steady. I think everybody's okay, right? Okay, so I scheduled this lesson like 3 weeks ago, and then I um I took a class. I'm taking a class, and it's between 6 and 7, and it like runs over a few minutes, like to 7:10, 7:15, right? And so I thought I changed the times everywhere, so I changed it on Facebook. In my email, I think I changed it. I don't know, but I somehow echo echo on the sound. Why do I have an echo on the sound? There shouldn't be. Good now. Okay. Um, Yeah, and I somehow forgot to change the time on YouTube. I am so, so sorry. If you've been here for half an hour waiting for me to pop in, I am so, 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 so sorry. It's just one of those things. It just didn't get in here. Somehow it went here, went out from there, and it was gone. So I am sorry. All right, now we're here to paint Tea Time with Cardinals. It is super cute and adorable. Um, Ta-da! So that's it, right? The only thing is here is that on this part I used a little bit of gold and I did not put it in the supply list. But if you do not have gold, you can use other colors to paint your backgrounds. Okay. Catherine says waiting, 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 but wait. Oh, thank you. Very well worth it. I am just gonna put it up and let everybody see that I am worth waiting for. Okay. Hello, Susan. All right. So, if I see lots and lots and lots and lots of familiar names, so I'm super happy that you guys decided to join me tonight and keep me company and paint your own, right? Also, I would love to welcome all the new people. Susan, welcome. I think Susan is here. And I have Donald, also welcome. That's also the name that is new to me. Hi, Linda. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Cindy. Welcome back. Super happy to have you all guys here. Okay, I'm going to switch to the desk view so that we can get the best view possible with all my setup. And let's load up the painting palette and see what's happening, right? So I think yes, so it looks like I'm gonna need everything, right? So let me grab my paints. They, it's been a super busy day, one of those crazy days when you just run around and you feel like you're a chicken without a head. So, I taught a class today. Um, I teach a homeschool group and I have classes that I teach there. And so I took all my supplies there. And now they're all in boxes. Okay, so here we go. I have white. I'm going to stop blabbering and start talking. Primary red. You're not going to need a lot of that. Not a lot. Okay. A tiny bit of magenta. Some lemon yellow. Also a tiny bit, if it'll come. But it's a squeeze bottle, so I get what I get, and I'm grateful that I get it. Some primary yellow. And let me see. I think, yes, I think that is my phthalo blue. Also not a lot, do not need a lot. And sky blue. And we're going to need some black for outlining. There we are. Okay. And I'm glad I was doing that because I realized that I haven't plugged my camera in. Because, as I told you, I was just in class. What is going on? Sorry about that. Here we go. Oh, wrong one. So I'm kind of multitasking a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, hi Dawn. Hi Jane from Waco. What kind of blues? I have phthalo blue and I have sky blue or cerulean blue. Okay, so let me bring this up to the camera for you guys so you can see. So let's go again. White, primary red, magenta, lemon yellow, primary yellow, phthalo blue, cerulean blue or sky blue, and black. Okay, the same paints I have listed in the description of the video. We're gonna mix all our colors. So I'm gonna put this up here and I'm gonna do a shameless YouTube plug in because you're supposed to do that and ask everybody here to like the video, to share the links, and subscribe to my channel, which is growing thanks to you guys. I really, really appreciate it. I would not be able to do this if you guys didn't support me. Okay, so let's start with the background. The background over here is going to be, we're going to make pale apricot color first to put all the way on the background, and then I'll show you how to make the rest of it, okay? So to make pale apricot color, I'm going to wet my large, so I have a large flat, a small flat, a small round, and a liner, like a super tiny brush, okay? So I'm just gonna hold it up like this and bring this up. This is what I use. You can use whatever you have and you like, because sometimes I know that when I started painting, I really loved filbert brushes, the ones with rounded corners. It was so much easier for me to use, and now I mostly use flats. So use what you like. Okay. What can be used in place of magenta? Ooh, that's a hard question. So magenta is the color that I'm using for these flowers here, and it's the color that goes on the wall, right? And also it's going to be mixed with white to make a teapot. So if you're going to replace that, you could probably do this with red, but maybe mix that red with some white so that you have pink, and play with your shading a little bit so that you do not end up having the cardinal and the wall the same color. Okay, so the cardinals are stand out so great because all of this is magenta over here. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, let's mix up some background. So for apricot color, what I like to mix is I like to grab decent amount of white. So I will just take it off to the side here. Okay. And then I'll grab some magenta or red. Let's do red this time. I think I did magenta on that one, but let's do red to just get some different color. Just for the fun of it, right? There we go. And this is a pretty bright pink. And then I like to add a touch of lemon yellow to this, just on the corner of the brush. I just like to do it this way. And we have a very pretty peach color here. Super pretty color. We want it paler though, so we're gonna put more white into it because I want it super pale. There we go. And I'm just going to paint, and I'm gonna paint right over this teapot as long as I keep it just one coat. I will still see my outlines and everything. So just paint one coat. If you're not comfortable making the straight line over here, touching the table, the cups are on the table, you can always use some painter's tape and just tape it off to help yourself, to help do the straighter line. But I would try and not paint on the cup though. So I'm gonna go around this cup because this cup is gonna be yellow eventually. And I do not want to mess with trying to paint something pink with yellow on top of that. That would not be a lot of fun. It's doable. We can still do that. I'm just gonna try and avoid that if I can. And if I cannot, and if I mess up like here, it's okay. Not a big deal. It's all workable. You can go right over the teapot, right over the cardinal here. It's all good. And I keep going up and down with my brush so that I just have this same kind of stroke throughout this wall. That is my background. Oh, don't tell me I didn't mix enough paint. That would not be fun. So as I'm moving the paint around, if I just need a little bit, I just have to put a little bit of water on my brush and go back and finish it. Okay? Now I'm gonna use the same brush, and I'm gonna do those kind of streaks pattern that we have here on the wall, the stuff. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab magenta for that. Again, Catherine, if you don't have magenta, try something else. Just mix your red with something. Okay, so I'm just putting magenta on the edge of my brush, right on the tip. See, it's like a chisel tip, and that's my magenta right here. I did not rinse my brush. I don't want any water on it. And I'm just going to randomly add this kind of funky pattern that came out of nowhere. We don't know what it is. It's very abstract. And it's just there. And some of it is going to get on the teapot. Again, not a big deal because we are going to paint all over that. So I just go like that, bounce my brush. Maybe a little bit more. Very super random, very random. And you really want to allow your brush to make texture. So see how all these prints, they all texturized kind of. So that's kind of the part. Okay? Okay. let's rinse this brush. Okay, rinse, rinse, rinse. There we are. Wipe it on the paper towel. Okay, so it can sit right here. And we are going to use a small round brush. It's not very small. It's number 6. It's number 6. So it's not super small. It's not a liner brush, okay? And we're going to use it to paint some leaves onto that wallpaper. So I'm going to start with the larger ones, the blue, the light blue ones. And for that, I'm going to use some white, just right here. Grab some of that sky blue or cerulean blue, mix it, and you want to make super pale blue. Okay, that's a baby blue. I think that's a different one that I have on my, let me see just a sec. Yep. You can use a phthalo blue also if you wanted to. See, they make like very close shade, but different. Yeah. So whichever blue you want, it'll work. Okay. And so I'm going to start here in the corner. Make sure that your magenta is mostly dry, that all of these little prints that you did are almost dry. If they're still wet, just hit them with a blow dryer. Okay, and so we're gonna do the stroke that I use very often. It's low pressure on the brush, high pressure on the brush, and then low pressure on the brush, and it creates the leaf shape. As I drag the brush down, I apply low pressure. Here I go. High pressure, and uplift low pressure, and I have a leaf. And so I grab more paint, and I go again, low pressure, high pressure, low pressure, leaf. Yeah, touch, high pressure, low, and we have a leaf. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for, I like to have 4 rows and 1 on top, so I have 9 leaves. You can do whatever works for you, whatever you like. There is no right or wrong way to do this. And yes, I just put sky blue and phthalo blue in the white to just add this a little bit more color. So, and we really want some to just go, you can either stop by your cardinal or just paint inside of it. It's okay. I am just stopping like right there. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. There, see? So that's one. I'm gonna turn my work because it's easier. And I'm gonna put the leaf above the teapot right here, doing the same kind of work. Maybe I will apply a little bit less pressure this time to make my leaves a little bit smaller, so they're not super big. Okay, but again, I'm gonna start here and just go a little bit faster. And it's okay if it goes over. I'll just deal with it later. Just paint it right over your teapot. Not a big deal. We will deal with this. Okay? Fit as many leaves as you can. There we go. And I'm gonna turn again. And I'm gonna add another branch of leaves right here in this corner. All right. What is this? Why am I having flies in my studio in November? Doesn't make any sense. Today feels like somebody in class said today that today feels like Florida. Like Florida came visiting Nebraska because it's November, it's 70 degrees, it's super humid. It's just weird. And it is so warm that flies woke up. And I don't like them. I have a thing against flies. Okay, here we go. So bring it all the way to your edge and just stop. Do not put any of your leaf on that table surface, okay? This is where your this is where the wallpaper ends. So we stop right here. Let's clean up this brush. Okay, and we're gonna switch to the liner. We're gonna grab the liner brush or a small round brush, whatever you have. I just had this laying around, so I grabbed that. And let's make small, no, first let's finish these leaves. So with the liner brush, I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this blue that I've been using, the light blue mix. Okay, and I'm going to draw the line that will connect all the leaves together. And then if my leaves are not exactly the way, like connected the way I want them to be, I can use this brush and make sure, like just clean up the leaves, just make sure that everything is connected just where I want it. If you guys have any questions, pop them in the comments. I know it is super hard to follow a lesson online and type comments. I get it. So this is why I try not to ask any questions while we're painting, because it may be a little bit frustrating, especially if you're watching on your phone, because you have to put everything down, pick up the phone. It's a hassle. It's all right. But if you have a question, pop it right in. Okay, here we go. So that is good. Okay, now let's add, we have large leaves and then we're gonna add medium size and then small. Okay, so let's do medium size, and medium ones are brighter pink. They are originally brighter pink in my reference that I did, but you can do them any color you want. So I think I'm just gonna grab a bunch of white, I guess, white and some of this red, and just make it into this reddish pink so that they stand out. Maybe grab some water so that it works. There we go. Okay, and now I'm gonna paint 3 with my liner brush. Same kind of leaf, overlapping the blue ones a little bit. Maybe not much, but still overlapping. Okay, so here we go. I am not being, oh, that was a lot of paint. I'm glad it didn't drop. 3 pairs. Okay, so that would be 8 and 9. So I'm doing the same thing. Now I'm going to use my brush to connect my leaves together. And it looks like I picked up some blue. Doesn't matter. It's all good. It's all going to work together. I have Chaska Ace. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay. Have a leaf here. You know what? I'm gonna do this one upside down, and I'm gonna give it just maybe 5 leaves. Just see what fits, okay? Oh, I did pick up some blue on my brush, so my leaves are becoming lavender, which is fine. It's just another variation. It's all good. Connect, and maybe add one more right through here. The other thing I want to encourage you to do if you're painting over your teapot and the birds, just make sure that your paint is flat, because if you add texture to it, it's gonna show through, right? So just make sure that you level up your paint so that it's all flat, okay? All right. And now for the smaller leaves, I used brown. And I do not have brown on my palette, so I'm just gonna mix some. And hold on, I want my palette. I do not want to mix with my brush, because with my brush I always end up mixing too much. I still end up mixing too much, and we're gonna need quite a bit because we're gonna need the same color for the table, unless you decided to use something else for the table. Okay, so a good amount of lemon yellow, about half of that amount of phthalo blue, and about the same amount of as phthalo blue red. And let's see, I think this should do, it should do us pretty good brown. Gotta keep mixing though. Okay, so my mix is kind of on the greener side. I don't know if you can see that, but if it's on the greener side, I just like to add some more red to it, and it usually fixes it for me. And sometimes it takes even more red than that. I guess I will have to use all of this red and then get some more. That's all right. Now, if you're asking yourself, could I just use brown? Could I just use burnt sienna? Of course. What's the fun in that, though? Right? I know. I should put burnt sienna and burnt umber and all of these guys onto the list, to my like regular list. But I always say that when I mix brown live, and then I forget to do that. So we get to mix brown, and we got a brown. So I would like to start with painting the background and then use whatever's left for the leaves. And I am going to use my smaller flat brush for that, just because I'm going to paint around those cups. And I'll probably even use my liner brush to get over there in between the little cup handle, right? I will paint around my cardinal because I do not want him to turn brown. So there we go. I'm gonna use brown, and I don't, oh yeah, I do have white left. Brown and a little bit of white to create streaks that look like wood. Okay, so here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Here is brown. Here is white. Hi, Tirita. Yes, I do offer a printable for that, and you can download it from my group. I have a group on Facebook. It's called Paint with Luba, and I think it's in the description of this video. Sadly, when I am teaching, I cannot go and approve you. So if you ask to join right now, I won't be able to approve you right away, but you can join and enjoy everything else that I have there. There's more than, now I'm proudly saying that I have more than 65 different lessons in that group that are available on demand. Like, they're just available. They're free. You can just go and do them anytime. And if I take a second, I think I even have a banner that I can put up on the screen for you to see the name of the group. Hold on, give me a second and try to find the mouse because it disappeared. Okay, here we go. Oh, do I have it even? I don't think so. Nope. Sorry, guys. I don't have it on my banners. That's not helpful. Okay, so it's called Paint with Luba. It's in the description like right under the video. Okay. I guess judging from my camera, I should be showing this way. Oh, that's awkward. No, 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 no. Not gonna do that. Okay, let's keep going. We're just painting the table. It's a little bit awkward around the cups, right? But it's the best way to do it, because then if you just cover this whole thing, then you have to block your colors with gray, and ugh, it's just too much. You know, it's just too much. So as you see, I'm just painting it brown, pretty dark brown, and I'm adding white streaks here and there. Ah. So if this is hard, what I suggest, what you can do, is simply grab your liner brush, load it with paint, same way, outline the cardinal with your liner or with your small round brush. Just use something small to do the outline so that you can cut into like all the turns, little curves around him. And then you can use your white brush to fix that. I am totally going to do that with going and cutting into here around those handles, because that is going to be interesting to paint around, right? There you go. If you have a minute, let me know how you're doing. Are you done with your wallpaper? That's the part up here. Are you, how you doing with your tabletop? Okay, let me know. I have a kid in class who, like, I will be halfway through my instructions, telling them what to do, and he's already yelling, "All done, Mrs. Carlson! All done!" And then I continue my instructions. And that's not to, project on any of your work, of course. Just a funny story about kids I teach. And then he looks back at what he's done. And he's like, "Can I have a paper towel? I need to wipe this off and try again." He's adorable. He's one of those kids who seem to be always happy, super bubbly, fun kid. Yay, Catherine found her magenta. Woohoo! Working on the tabletop. Wonderful, wonderful. Jane says, taking notes, watching this evening since it's my first time to work with you. Oh, yeah, of course. Jane, everything is available for replay. Everything I do, it's always a recording that you can watch later. Okay, so see, it kind of helps to have that outline done, and then you can just work in your table nice and smooth and cool. Right. Okay, so get your tabletop to the point where you like it. So I've got mine kind of brown. Okay. I decided to add a little bit of so that it looks like wood a little bit. So I'm first going to use my same brush, same messy brush, okay, and I'm going to dip it into the white so that I have chisel tip brush with a little bit of white on it. And I'm going to add a couple of lines like this, just to kind of resemble that there is some maybe kind of boards happening. Okay, wipe this off on the paper towel and then go back and just kind of gently blend this in. Just like that. It's enough. It shows just enough. Okay. Okay. It's hard to see because it's all shiny. And then I'm gonna use the same way, but I'm gonna do some black. I'm just gonna grab some black on my brush. See, same way, just the tip, and add some black just in the just above that white that I just put in. Off, and also brush it in gently. Doesn't need to be super hard. Yeah. Okay. And it does look like I thought. Oh, let me turn this around so you can see like the boards there. So it looks like it's almost 3D. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna rinse this brush. I apologize. My table sometimes moves. It's a little bit flimsy, but I raised it. I added like foot tall legs to it. And so it's it moves a little bit, but I'm 6 foot tall, so I really need a tall table. I cannot work at a regular desk height. Okay, nothing that TMI, right? Too much information. You don't need that. Okay, I'm grabbing my liner, grabbing some brown paint, and I'm gonna use it to paint like much smaller, small size leaves. I'm gonna do it fast. And I want to have them overlap the other leaves. More. Connect. So there's one. And I would like to add maybe 2 or 3 more. Here. Another fly. Why is it even here? Don't have any food here. Go away, fly. Go away. Okay. So this one's going to be a little bit shorter. And then we're going to do one right here, super short, because it's hiding behind the teapot. Let's see, do we need another one? I want to add one more right here. Kind of use your discretion, and if you cannot decide, what helps is to step back a little bit. So take a couple steps back and look at it and decide if you need another one for balance. All right? Okay, let's have that dry. While that is dry, let's start working on our cups. So I have super pastel colors, yellow, green, and blue. Light yellow, light green, and blue. You're welcome to use any color you like. Hi, Sarah. You're welcome to use any color you like. Okay, so I'm just going to paint yellow directly, lemon yellow, just straight out, okay? Just paint that one.
Sounds like I'm using a different microphone. That's weird. I haven't changed anything. Boy, it's just, hmm. See, that's a problem, Jane. I'm not using my mic on my computer. That's the thing. I'm using the mic on the phone. Well, it usually levels out. Just give it a minute, maybe. Okay? Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm using the same messy brush that I have with this yellow, and I'm going to grab a bit of white on the same brush, and I'm just going to paint this part that's on top, white. So let's give it a lighter color. Just this part. Get any better? Okay, bring this up. So this part inside, some white on it, so it's lighter than the rest of the cup. Okay, I guess that's the thing about doing this live. You have control what works and what doesn't. All right, rinse. And I will use my liner brush with that same lemon yellow to paint the cups in yellow. And if I see, and I do see that, you will probably see that also, that my yellow is too transparent, right? And I can still see my little design that I put on the wallpaper. You can just mix some white into your yellow to work as the block. Will block the color. And then we can come back and make white again and add more yellow on top of that to fix that. I'm doing a whole handle like that. This way I'm moving it. Otherwise I might get back to it. Alright. How's the sound, you guys? Did it level up? Or is it still funny? I haven't changed anything. Wi-Fi seems strong. Still messed up. Oof. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. This will go, maybe it won't. I tried to turn it off and turn it back on. Maybe that will go. Okay, let's just keep going. I'm gonna mix some light green, and for that I'm gonna use my sky blue and lemon yellow. I usually like to have like 2 parts of lemon yellow to like half a part of sky blue, I guess, to make this super light green. All right, I'll just speak up then. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate your feedback. I really do. Thank you so much. I'll just try to speak louder. Maybe that'll help. I do tend to speak a little bit quieter as I get into the work, so I guess that's a good reminder. All right, so the second cup is light green. Right, yellow.
Okay, and I'm just going to wipe this brush off on the side.
I don't get that much green, did I? And I'm gonna grab some
White. Mix it into here so that I have some lighter, much lighter green. There we go. And use it
on this part right here on the top of
the cup. So the top of the cup is lighter than the bottom. Yeah, just like that. And then the last cup is light blue with a little bit, it's like it has like a little bit of turquoise on it. Excuse me. So what I'll do, I'll just use this super cool green color and I will add some sky blue to this. So it'll start getting a little bit bluer. And then I'll grab some white. Let's see. Yep, let's get in there. Maybe a little bit more blue. You can mix any color you like, or use whatever you have in your stash. A little bit more blue. I really want it to look blue so that it's not as so green, right? I'm gonna just grab a tiny bit of phthalo blue to make this bluer. There we go. Now we're talking. I like that. Okay, so this is my, oh, I thought it was bluer. Okay. Oh well, it is what it is. It's the cup. Here we go. I really put it on. It really looked bluer, closer to the light, and then I put it on my canvas, and it's not canvas, it's acrylic paper, but I put it on there, and it's more green than blue. You know what? It works, right? Okay. Little bit my liner brush, whatever I can pick here for that handle. So the trick with acrylics is that if you paint something like that and you mixed your colors, right, and you put it on and you don't like it, just you don't like it, just let it dry and paint straight over it. You can paint over it. It doesn't need to stay the way that you don't like. All right? Okay, so now we need to add a little bit of white to the top part of this cup. And I'm just going to add some white and blend it right into the cup right here. Maybe a little bit more. Okie doke. So the cups are going to dry, and let's paint the base for the teapot. I'm going to switch. I'm going to change my palette to a new one because mine is a whole big mess. Feels like I'm 9 years old, right? So I'm grabbing some more white because I ran out. And I'm gonna use just a touch of magenta for my teapot. I really want to make it that light pink. So just a touch. See the ratio? It's like 2 teaspoons of white and an eighth of a teaspoon of magenta to make the super light tint. Super happy with it. Check this out. So yummy, yummy color. Okay, wipe that off. All right. So I'm just going to paint the whole teapot. This pink. And we're back to normal with sound. Okay, well, I'll take it. I'm not going to complain about being back to normal. Okay, handle. Let's see. And of course we have the lid and the spout. My brush is so wet, it's seeping water into my painting. I don't like it, so that's why I'm squeezing it out onto the paper towel. Because I want paint, not water, on my painting. There we go. The spout. All right, and we're going to need, depending on the white brand, the brand of the white you have, you may just need one coat or a couple of coats. Excuse me. I feel like I'm going to need a whole lot more of coats of paint. And that's all right. I need to get me some more of the Deco Art White. This is not Deco Art White and I don't like it. Oh well. See, it takes a whole lot more coats than I wanted to do. But again, that's okay. Let's get in there. So if you are just like me, fighting the background, right? Just make sure that you do not have a whole lot of water on your brush. And then maybe after if you put in more than 3 coats on this, make sure to let it dry, because once you go over 3 coats, you might start pulling paint, and that is not fun. Okay? So, I'm pretty happy with most of it, except for this part on the top of the handle here, but I will work on that a little bit more. All right? It's like ghosting. The leaf is ghosting. You probably can see it if I bring it up closer. See? You can still see it. So I'll work on that a little bit more later. But now I'm gonna add some shading to my teapot, and I'm going to do that by just grabbing some magenta on my brush, just like that, same brush, okay? And I'm gonna start adding my shading from the bottom, like this. I did it so bright on purpose so that you can see. So the bottom of the teapot like this, outline, and then wipe this off, and then use the rest of your brush and keep blending it up, keep moving it up until it's not blendable anymore. Just keep blending it up, 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 up into your teapot. This is exaggerated a little bit, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. That's what you want, okay, for your shading. Because if I go super light, like the way with the other one, you won't be able to see anything. And then go back to your base color that you used, the same messy brush, and blend this back in from the top. Go from the top down, okay, and make use rounded motions, rounded strokes like this. And so allow and then go into that spot that you just did with this lighter color that you use for your base and just blend it in. Just blend it in. Nothing goes on the little lid. The little lid just stays. Okay. I'm going to bring this up so that you can see the variation of color. Do you see it? Okay. Now we're going to do the same trick with the handle, but you're going to need a little bit, like not as much paint. So I'm just putting a little bit on the tip of my brush. And I'm going to think, okay, where would the darker spot be? And probably the darker spots are going to be like this one, around on the inside. So I'm going to put them in. And then I'm going to use my brush. And if it's too dry, I'm going to grab my base color and just blend it in. Okay, again, a tiny bit of magenta goes on that line of the teapot right here, of the teapot lid, of the lid. Wipe this off, grab some base color on your brush, blend it up to the center, up to the little knob. And if it's too bright, you can always take this color off onto your paper towel, grab some more of your light base, and then go back from the top and bring some lighter color down. So this is what it looks like when I bring it down. See, it's kind of choppy. Looks like a mountain right now, right? But what we want to do is we want to blend all of this in so that there is nice shading. There you go. See? Like that. And we're going to do the same thing with the spout. A little bit on the bottom line. Clean up your brush. Blend the best way you can. And by now, your spout is probably pretty dry. The paint on the spout is probably pretty dry. So you just move it as best as you can. And then grab some of your base color. Add it on the top. Bring it all together. And blend. You want to be able to see that the spout it is a part of the teapot, but it is a separate part of the teapot, right? So so you can see that, yeah, it's there and it's blended in. Okay? All right. Teapot can rest. The teapot is resting. I'm gonna rinse this. Now I'm gonna tell you, I will use my round brush for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are red, and I'm out of red. So let's grab some more red. So I'm just using regular, boring, primary red for this. Nothing, nothing crazy. Red can be transparent though, depending on what you're painting and where you are and what you're doing. So, and I know that it's a season of like everybody's painting Christmas. And if you're painting something and you're struggling with red, with putting it on, check out this one. It's Liquitex Basic Acrylics. You can get it from any craft store. Obviously, I'm not getting any profit from telling you this. Make sure it's cadmium red, deep hue. Make sure that it has that little square colored in. You see that? It means that the color is not transparent, it's opaque. So it will cover your, whatever you have behind it. It will just make it easier for you. It will make your life easier. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're looking into something like that. Okay, round brush, some red, and I just paint the whole body. I like to do it with a round brush because I have better control of the curvy lines. But I already told you, use what you like, what you have. Okay, to make the tip of my brush not open like a fan, but stay all together and kind of sharp, what I do is I load it and then I turn it on the side of my palette, and it helps keep all the bristles together for when you need to paint something like this little tail. Right there. And now I'm gonna go ahead and grab the other one. Okay, I want to add a little bit more red to the first one. All right. Okay, I'm gonna take like a 2 minutes break to get a sip of water. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me what part you're on. Okay. I feel I'm losing my voice. Gotta grab some water. All right. I don't think it took 2 minutes. Has it been 2 minutes? I don't think so. All right. So the cardinals are drying. Um, um, so my next step is going to be painting the flowers on the teapot. And I will be using my round brush. And we'll be doing a double load. Okay. And I think I need more white again. Because I need some clean white for this. Let's grab it. Okay. So again, I remind you that you guys can do whatever you like with this. You can use any colors. You can do whatever works for you. I'm just gonna follow my little book here. All right. So I'm going to start with those outwards petals on the far end because it's easier to start with those and then put the rest on top and then the other one on top of that. So we're gonna start with this one, that one, and that one, the ones that are sticking off to the side. And we're gonna mostly use white. So I'm loading my brush with white, but I am also gonna be using for these a little bit of cerulean blue. So I have two colors on my brush, white and cerulean blue. Okay. Donald says, this is fantastic, Nova. Thanks. You are so welcome. Okay, so here is my first petal. And I am not going to overthink it. I'm just going to go ahead, put my brush on there, apply pressure, and just fill it in and leave it like that. Okay, now I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you can see the variation of color. Do you see it? Do not blend it in. All right, so this was 3 touches. Okay, now next one, I'm doing the same thing. So I have a whole lot of white on my brush and a touch of sky blue or cerulean blue, whatever it is that you use. And we're going to paint this petal right here the same way, just apply pressure, outline, pressure, outline, and stop. Yeah, look, that's the second one. No big deal, yeah? Super easy. Don't overthink it. And let's do the next one again, white on your brush, cerulean blue. Completely ignore the noises you hear in my background. That's my doggo playing with her bone. She just does it. Yep, there we go. And she always does it about when I'm about an hour into a video. So if you're my regular, you probably know that that's quite normal. I apologize if you find that annoying. So we have 3. Okay. Now we're going to work on the flower that's in the middle, this one right here. So I'm going to wipe this off. So my brush, I am not putting any water on it, okay? Just wipe the color off the best you can. Be gentle with your brush though, okay? Be gentle with your brush. And again, load up some white. And now we're going to grab a touch of phthalo blue. There, so that we can see what we're doing. See? White, phthalo blue. And we're going to start with any petal you like. There are 5 petals, okay? So here's the first one. Here is, I can hardly see my outline anymore, but I'm guessing. 3, 4. And as I see that my paint's starting to blend, I'm going to add a little bit more white to it. There is another petal sticking out from here, and one more right here. And coming up, something like that. It's important not to overthink it. Wipe it off on the paper towel, and we're gonna add this little flower here that goes on top of the one that we just painted. So again, I'm grabbing white, and I'm gonna just take a tiny touch of sky blue because I really want it to look a little bit different. Okay, so see, just a little dot, and we're gonna add petal here, one, and then two, and probably that would be another three. And I'm running out of paint, so I'm grabbing more white, another touch of sky blue. Yes, did I get it? Okay, now I got it. And I believe there's another petal here. Like that. Don't overthink it. And I know, I've been there. I had to learn all of this. I know it can be hard and overwhelming, but you got this. You have got this, okay? So, same brush, white, touch of cerulean blue. There's, like two little, I don't know what they are, pods, I guess, like right here. See them at the very end? So I'm gonna add those, light touch, just make them small. And another one, make them small. Bring this up. This is how small they are. Okay, and now I am finally rinsing my brush. Okay, and I'm saying a quick prayer that my green is still alive, and it is. Wonderful. This is wonderful, because this is all I need. So there's my green, the light green. Remember, if you still need to mix this color, it's sky blue or cerulean blue with lemon yellow. A lot of lemon yellow, a little bit of sky blue. So I've loaded up on this kind of chartreuse super bright green, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of white on my brush. So backwards a little bit, yeah, a little bit backwards. And we're gonna paint. There's a leaf here. We're gonna add a green leaf here. And I believe there was a green leaf right here. And then we're going to use the same brush, okay? Just work it on your palette around itself like I showed you earlier, so that you have a tip. So you have like it comes to its natural kind of sharp point, right? It's not sharp obviously because it's a soft brush, but, and then we can draw, just connect the leaves to the flowers and also connect those little, I just had the word in my head and I forgot it. This is how I know we're getting there, right? I start forgetting words. Okay. Clean the brush. And we're going to switch to the liner brush now. Okay. So let me show you the cardinal beak. It's kind of a thing with them, I noticed. So note how the beak doesn't stop where the head starts, right? It goes into the head and down, and it's like an upside down smile. Do you see the shape? You see how this is? I'm just holding it here so that everybody has a chance to look up and see. So again, see how it goes into his face right here? And it's like an upside down smile. So it goes below and it's almost like a diamond over here, a diamond shape. Okay? And the other one also. So I'm going to first do the beaks. So obviously using black liner brush. And my black has dried out quite a bit. So I'm going to add a few drops of water because I like my black, or whenever I work with a liner brush, I like it to be at the consistency, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's painted with me before in their head says of melted ice cream, right? Melted ice cream. And this is what lets you do this kind of lines, yeah? Okay, all right, let's do this one first. So I'm gonna outline it and then I'm going to show you what I have. I'm gonna start at the top, go down, and then I have the beak, and then bring it back up. Okay, let me show you the shape. Where is it? I have to turn around. I can't fit it. Here. There. It is upside down though. Okay? And this here also gets the same shape. So I have the beak and then it goes into the body like that. And then you can bring it in. All right. So this is how I do this. I paint the beak, and then kind of half we need to paint the black wing for each. So I like to just outline the shape with my liner brush. And this is why I like my liner brush, because it allows me to outline things like that, just the shape. It's easier. Okay. And then outline his body with your liner brush. Try not to do like sometimes people when people outline things, I notice sometimes we do this, like one piece at a time, like this. What you want to do is you want to load your brush and do a nice, good line as far as your hand will allow you. Okay? And then the other side. Whoop. Looking at his beak, I'm not super happy with his beak. I'm gonna make it a little bit. Yeah. I don't know what that is then. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, don't take it too seriously, yeah? Have fun. The other thing. Happen. The beak. Go all the way, outline the whole body. Okay. The same brush, okay, so I'm doing the same trick. I'm just turning it around to make sure that I got it as thin as possible. I am not gonna worry about this bird's feet just yet, the top one, but the bottom one I can do his feet right away. So I'm gonna do his little legs and little feet. Flip the brush around and use the other side and just dip it in your black paint. Make sure there's nothing dripping. Just fill in that eye. Okay. All right. I want to switch to white, or yes, I want to switch to white real quick so that we can do the designs on our cups. So let's do that. We're almost done. You guys are probably super tired. Okay, so here's my white. Also dried up a little bit, so I'm adding a little bit of water to it. All right, so the yellow cup has little hearts on it. I'm still using my liner brush, and I'm just gonna touch it down a little bit here. I'm gonna show you right on these blue spots, just a little bit like this. And that's your heart, okay? Gentle, gentle hand. And so I'm just putting heart design, or like, it's like a letter V. Letter V. So if you want to paint this later, the best way to not lose it is to hit subscribe button. See what I did here? I know. But really, like, whenever I try to find some content from somebody that I really like watching, it really helps to be subscribed to them. It's easier to do that. All right. So I'm adding a white outline to the rim on the outside of the cup that's closer to me over here. And I do not know if it shows very well because it's all yellow and white and glistening. So it's on the rim right here. Okay. And then I'm adding a highlight that's going to go right here on the inside of the cup. Just following the curve. Okay, got it? Of course, I told you I'll forget to go back to that little cup handle. I'm gonna go back and just grab some lemon yellow and fix my handle. Knew I'd forget. All right. Okay, let's paint the second cup. And the second cup, I just did, again, you can do any designs you want, but I just did 3 lines. And the last cup, I just did a little wave. Okay. Okay, so just follow the cup direction and make sure it's with the curve. Just add your 3 lines with a little bit of a curve to them. And then we're gonna add white to that rim on the outside, just the same way we did with the other cup, to highlight it. And we're going to add a highlight to the cup handle. And we'll do that on the yellow one also. It just needs to dry. Now this cup gets wavy. Don't push on your brush too hard. This way you can do thin lines. This whole cup is wavy lines. Okay. Now put the highlight on the rim. Okay. And then a highlight here on the inside of the cup, right here. And then a highlight on the handle. And I'm going back to the yellow cup and I'm adding another highlight. Now I'm going back to the cardinal. Cardinal gets a highlight right here. It's just the line to kind of goes right down his back. And then one goes on his chest. And one goes, it's an upside down smile for his beak. Then I'm going to repeat the same for the other cardinal. Just repeat the line, the chest, and the beak. Alright, got it. And we're going to do highlights on the teapot. So first I'm going to go on the body. Okay, so because it's glass or, porcelain, so you can just go right through that flower or the leaf. It's shiny. I like to add 2 highlights doing this. And then I'm going to add a highlight working around the handle, a little bit on one side of the lid, a little dot on the little knob, okay? And then the highlight on the spout like this. And now we're going to, clean this brush and we're going to switch to black and we're going to outline everything that's left outlined, which is the teapot and the cups. So I am shameless in this way. I turn my paintings around to fit my hands, to make it easier for me to paint. I don't feel that it's bad at all. So I'm bringing my black paint to the consistency that I like, which is the consistency of melted ice cream. Okay, using my liner brush, and I'm gonna start with the teapot, and I'm gonna start with the body of the teapot. So just go around, around, and stop. This part is a little bit more flat. And in one go, go in one go. Does it make sense? Okay, and then we're gonna do the lid. Oh, I just dropped black directly on the thing. Okay, I'll leave it there for now. I'm not. Please forgive me that I have a black dot on my lid over there. It just dropped. If you're wondering if there is a way to fix an accident like this, yes, there is. You can just grab a Q-tip and wipe it off gently, super carefully. But I, at the moment, do not remember where my Q-tips are. So I do not want to take your time and run around my house looking for a Q-tip. So please forgive me. That's what it's going to be. And it's all right. And then I'm flipping it back around. Oh, you know what? I know what this is. You know, some teapots have this like for steam, a little hole in the lid for steam. That's what it is. It has its purpose there. Happy accidents, right? Happy accidents. All right. And then for the cup, starting with the inner super light hand, don't push your brush down too hard. Just go around. You must tell you that if this is hard, it might be easier to get maybe a black Sharpie, or and you're probably thinking, oh, now she's telling us. Okay, the Cardinal has his little perch here, so let's not forget that. So a Sharpie, Posca pens are amazing. Now I am not going to outline that was this line in the sketch that helped us to add shading to the cup. I am not outlining that one. It's just gonna sit there. Okay, so this line here, I'm gonna leave it. It does not need an outline. So Posca pens are wonderful for outlining things like that. And we need a little bit more control. Okay, get in there. And you are doing great. Tell yourself, I'm doing great. Alright. Okay, and so working on the last cup. It was so darn cute. And I believe we're done. We are done. Okay, so just if you would like to, what I have here, I have a super dark tabletop with a bird on it. So I'm going to grab a little bit of white and I'm gonna add some more highlights to bring attention to my cardinal that is not it's not on the reference, but it just makes sense. Just give maybe some interesting, just some little bit of highlights to the cups. There we go. Don't forget to sign your name. And I like to take my tape off so that I can get a nice and clean view. I hope the tape doesn't pull too hard. So if the tape is pulling, if you're using tape on your paper, like I do, and it's pulling and ripping your paper, what you can do is you can warm up your tape with a blow dryer, and it will come off much easier. I am just ripping it off because it's just a sketch paper. I don't really care that much. It's not like this is going into some gallery. It's going into my stash of finished projects. That's what is my water container. This? Oh my goodness! It's some cheap. It came free. It's a flower vase. Flower vase. It's I don't even remember. I've had it forever. I really like it because it's bottom heavy and it's a square. So yeah, just nothing to it. I've had it forever. Paint sticks to it a lot and it looks messy, but then the paint peels off eventually and so it looks cleaner and then it looks messy again. But yeah, I've used it forever. Okay, you guys, what else? So again, I ask you to do this, please. I am asking you, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think we have this one coming up. I don't think I put it on. Did I already put it on? Yes, I did. So this painting is coming up soon. Yeah, it is a glass vase. So this one's coming up soon. Make sure just go into the channel and see what's coming up. It says like lives. This one's coming up on the membership. If you would like to, it's buymeacoffee.com/Luba Carlson. And then there's membership level 2. So this is going to be in the membership. This is going to be in the membership. And then somebody in the group asked me if I have a lesson on barns. They wanted a barn and a truck, and I said no, but then I said, why not? So this is coming up too. It's not listed though. Okay. So we'll do that. What else? Muriel's asking me, what was the base that you had under your painting? Okay, so I have this. This is an acrylic board. I got it from Home Depot, again, years ago. And it just works for me to put my paintings on it and tape it so that I can move things around. It's just an acrylic board. It doesn't clean, but it's not breakable, which is why I like it. But if like if I have acrylic on it, it doesn't come off. So it probably is not the best solution, but it works for me. So I don't know. I don't know what other people use. So there we go. Okay. So I think I showed you all the plans that are coming up. We have, I have I should turn my face. I should switch it so that you guys can see me. Hi. Hi again. You're welcome. You're welcome, Muriel. So, I have the Advent Calendar Art Journal Challenge coming up. So also look it up on the channel. If you're not on my email list and you would like to get all the news in your mailbox, lubacarlson.com, the thing will pop up and you can just join my email list. I think that's it. Okay, I hope you loved it. I totally loved painting with you. This was a blast. I love it. It is so cute. I hope yours are cute. If you're in Paint with Luba group, please put your paintings in there. I would love to see what you made. And I'll see you next time. Bye.